Hey, everybody. Welcome to Burn It Down NASCAR Podcast, Post Atlanta edition. And welcome back, Frank. He's here.
Glad to be back.
We're going to try and get you caught up. There's a lot. For a change, there's a lot of things that happened this week. We had, in my opinion, one of the best races of the year, if not the best race. We had things happen in all three tiers. And I'm just going to let you guys start talking and we'll see where it goes. Do you want to start with the state or the fin? All right. Hello.
Howdy, folks.
At least. Well, let's just get it out of the way. Chase Elliott's your race winner. He's three-time winner, the only one this year. You got. I hope he's not burning his luck up too fast.
I totally agree.
That's a fact. Ross Chastain was second. Cindric was third. Eric Jones was fourth. Blaney was fifth. Suarez was sixth. Haley was seventh. Amarillo was eighth. Cole Custer was ninth. Harrison Burton was 10th. Yeah, well, of note, we had a Bubba sighting in 14th. Keselowski in 18th. Denny had a bad day in 25th. William Byron in 30th. Accident. Tyler Reddick accident in 29th. But that's we all know that. So I just wanted to, get it out there loud and proud and be done with it.
Exactly.
I figure. I think he would. I think he would have won. I was getting to that. It's just I didn't. I was just doing the finishes.
You gotta wonder.
It's right. It's right here.
You gotta wonder if Corey's not in the top ride with the patience and professionalism and the talent he showed this past weekend. If he was on the top ride, would we hear his name more?
I think he's moving on to better and bigger things at some point.
He
but
definitely showed this weekend that he's capable of racing with the best. Right. I think he did as well as anybody else. It's hard.
Till the end.
Yeah. But anybody in Chase's position would have made that block. Even Ross would have made that block. I mean, hell.
Yeah, but you got to admire Corey LaJoy after the race going up to Chase and pit in Victory Lane or wherever it was, and no sour grapes, great race. I mean that was a class act.
Right.
He understood. I think he was just thankful for, and it wasn't just the last lap where Corey LaJoy was there. He was basically in the top 10 most of the day. He moved up, he moved down, depending on pit stop cycles and cautions and things of that nature. But I was honestly, I was rooting for him, and I had texted you guys during the race.
I was actually impressed to see Corey LaJoy up that high. I never looked at him as being that talented, but when I saw him racing this weekend, I was like, wow.
Yeah. Well, didn't
We
work out.
expect Brad to be in top 5. What I meant for Brad Coughley's talent, we really expect him to be in the top 10 and running top 5 with his talent. Exactly.
Well, all the Fords seem to be.
I don't know. Blaney was up there in the top 5 almost all day in that Ford. Right.
Well, I think that, like I said, if it wasn't the best race of the year, it's definitely in the top 5.
Top 3? Top 3?
Yeah. That was an awesome race all the way through. It was the right balance of excitement, strategy, and the racing was awesome. It just and I was so happy because I had watched the Busch Xfinity race on Saturday, and I didn't think the race was horrible. But I was watching social media afterwards, and oh my God, they were beating it up. They were like, "This is terrible." I'm like, "Okay, it wasn't the best, but it
wasn't that bad."
I didn't think it was that bad. But I'm telling you what, this race, it was just absolute. I mean, we're going to have our points that we're going to be talking about here in a little bit, but I thought it was an awesome race.
Honestly,
it's one of the few that I actually, if I had to take a pee or get a beer, didn't want to leave the room.
Honestly, if I were to compare it to any race this season, it would be the truck race at Mid-Ohio. I mean, at Race America this past weekend with Zane Smith and I think they put on about good as a race as was a NASCAR race this Sunday.
Yeah,
that's my opinion anyway.
Well, Mid-Ohio, that was a good race as well. Much more narrow track, so there's not as much opportunity for passing and 3 wide racing and stuff like that. And I watched all 3 of them this weekend, and I thought after Saturday was over, I'm like, yeah, the truck race is the gem of the weekend until Sunday happened.
It's awful close second.
It just, it was all pretty cool. Let's go ahead and do the standings, driver standings, not the other one, and then we'll get to some other stuff. After that race, Chase Elliott is in the lead by not just a little bit. He's up 50 points over Blaney, and Elliott's got 3 wins. Chastain is third, and this is the regular season championship. Chastain is third. You got Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex, Joey Logano, Christopher Bell, and Bowman, Byron, Harvick, Almirola, Cindric, Reddick, Suarez, and Kurt Busch. Those are your top 16 right now. Of those, Blaney in second still has no wins. Neither does Truex or Christopher Bell. Harvick, Almirola, everyone else in the top 16 has a win. So that's that. Right.
I think Eric Johnson pointed in. Agreed. But he been running well.
Well, here's my take on it. Ryan Blaney's going to get a win before we get to Daytona.
That's totally agreed.
All right.
I'm a huge fan of Blaney.
Truex Jr. is coming up on this weekend, one of the best tracks of his whole career. I think before it's over, he's going to get a win. And I'm going to go out there and say that somewhere, I don't know where, but I think Harvick's. My point about all this is you better have a win.
Pretty much.
You better have a win. And then you've got if those 3 get a win, then they're winning, they're in, and nothing else matters. I would love to see Christopher Bell get a win. I don't know if it can happen. I still believe in Kevin Harvick getting a win. And I do believe Truex and Blaney will get a win. And if that is what happens, that'll finish out your top 16. And the points don't matter.
Of the 4 you mentioned, Blaney and Truex are the top of the 2.
Oh, I think Harvick. It's just he's getting. Brian and I talked about this last week. He's not like making leaps and bounds, but every week he's steadily getting better. He's getting a more solid finish, a more solid run. I mean, this week he was just outside the top 10, if I'm not mistaken. I already closed that tab.
Finished 12th.
But 12th. He's just lurking. And believe me, we get to a place like a New Hampshire next weekend. We've got some other ones coming up where you could have the front guys. And things are going to get more intense now because we know we've got, 7 races after 7. And there's only 3 spots open for a win and you're in. And then it goes to multiple wins. So things are going to get more intense. And some guys and I don't want to call them bottom feeders, but some of the guys way back, like Keselowski. I mean, we saw what he did at Daytona. Believe me, he's not adverse to doing it again just to get a win, to get in because of all his penalties and point losses. So I'm saying that decorum's going to go out the window here at some point to get that win, and then it's going to come down to multiple wins and who's going to be the first or second guy out with a win, because it's going to happen. I really believe that's going to happen.
Very possible.
There's going to be somebody, maybe 2 or 3 somebodies, that get booted out if they get a win.
When you talk about Harvick, it's not a lack of talent. It's a lack of equipment performance. Harvick is still one of the most talented drivers out there. I don't cut him that any way, shape, or form. Fords overall have not been performing, and for some reason, Harvick has not been able to make that to his advantage any way he can. He's been trying, but in Harvick's defense, it's not him, it's the car.
It's not the new car. He didn't win last year either.
And in the meantime, you've got Penske and Stewart-Haas taking wins.
I just don't know if it's him, if he's just riding around like a Jimmy Johnson.
It's him or it's Stewart-Haas. I'm not saying it's one or the other. I'm just saying there's something going on at Stewart-Haas and Roush that isn't gelling.
Yeah,
it may be Stewart-Haas, but I still think Harvick is one of them. I've never been a fan of Harvick's. Don't get me wrong, but as far as talent,
he's got it, 100%.
He's definitely got it. Like I said, and that's what I don't say.
Yeah, I didn't say the same thing about Kyle Busch. I don't necessarily am a fan of him, but there's nobody, and I'll argue with anybody about this all day long. There's nobody on that track that has any more raw talent than Kyle Busch. Period. End of story. It's that simple. There's nobody that has the raw talent that Kyle Busch has. That's racing today.
Kyle Larson, he's up there.
No. Kyle Busch has still got more raw talent. Kyle Larson is, I'm not saying that
Kyle Larson can outrace Kyle Busch any day, 7 days a week, twice on Sunday.
I don't know.
Okay, that's your opinion. I don't buy it.
All I say is Harvick, you can't blame the car because last year he did the same thing, didn't get a win.
Exactly.
So I don't know if it's a Haas thing, maybe because rumors are going to Dodge and they're losing funding from Ford. I don't know. But
them and Penske both are being rumored to go.
Yeah. So
see, Penske going from Ford to Dodge. Sorry.
Dodge.
You don't think? They did it once.
Right, and it didn't work. They're back with Ford. I think
ask Ryan Blaney and Rusty Wallace about that. I think it worked pretty good.
I saw that.
Ryan Newman.
I still think they did better with Ford than they did with Dodge. I don't think they'll change again.
They won a championship in Dodge. They didn't. The last time they won before that wasn't a Ford.
I know.
It was Rusty Wallace. I looked it up, and it wasn't a Ford.
Even with the championship, overall performance, they've done better with Ford than they have with Dodge.
Well, they got more years with Ford.
Well, yeah. I don't think unless Dodge offers more money, I don't see the change coming with Penske. Stewart-Haas Racing, yes. Penske, no.
We shall see. Because I believe it's going to take more than one team for Dodge to come back in, and I think Stewart-Haas is frustrated enough that they'll do it, and I think Penske will do it just to support. And as stated,
they may do it. They may do it because of Stewart-Haas. I agree with that, but I don't see them doing it for performance-wise.
And I still say all of these again. They're all rumors.
Right?
Is a lot of Kyle Busch. I mean, we saw. We'll get into that in a little bit, but we saw what Martin Truex did this week. All right, we got to follow the full.
Yeah. let's get done with Atlanta before we get to the news and
Go ahead.
rumors. What else is there? We did finishing. We did the standings. What we got to do our fantasy.
Our fantasy. Mr. Frank is the winner of that one. He took Blaney for the win. He was in 5th. I took Harvick. He was 12th. You took Dillon. He was 28th. The dark horse, Frank took Ty Dillon at 28th. I took Burton. He was 10th. And Brian took Bubba at 14th. We talked about Denny in the top 20. You and I both thought so. Frank said top 10.
Neither.
He was 28.
Right.
And
I'm going by past performance. Hey.
Frank and Brian both took Bubba to be in the top 20, which of course he was 14th?
Yeah, like so.
I said nope, so I was wrong on that one. But overall, that's how that ended up.
Our NASCAR Fantasy League.
And I got my ass handed to me.
NASCAR Fantasy League, Frank won. I was second. Frank had 210 points. I had 200. The viewer, Lunar, I don't know who his name is, but he had 197 and you had 156.
You had to say that. To be honest, the only reason I won is because of Bubba Wallace. I had to exchange him for Joey Logano, and I will honestly say that the only reason I won was because of Bubba Wallace.
William Byron kind
Bubba
of
Wallace is what kept me from getting a 130 something, probably. And I hate to admit that. I was telling Frank earlier. I had. It's all gone now. If I'd have stuck with my original lineup, I'd have had all 5 of my guys in the top 10, and wouldn't have had to use my garage pick. And I thought about it after Saturday's race. I was like, ooh, I better go back to some old reliables, and man, do I regret that.
All right, so are we done with Atlanta? We want to go on the NASCAR news and rumors and speculation.
Yeah, we'll get back to a little bit of Atlanta in the news and rumors, but yeah.
Do you want to go with the big topic that happened? And do you want me to?
We can. It's up to you. I mean,
I don't matter to me.
I'm going to bring it all up. I just
want to say once again about Atlanta that Corey LaJoie really impressed me. I think, again, if he was in a top ride, we'd hear his name more. We'd talk about him more.
Oh.
I don't disagree. But look what he did, and with that, and now guess what? There's an opening at Childress.
Wait a minute.
I don't think he'll get it.
Well, there's a rumor I heard. I don't know how true that is.
It's plausible.
Right.
I'll let you guys go because I've got a lot of stuff. But go ahead. We'll knock some shit around here.
Well, let's go to the big one. Denny Hamlin is sniping Tyler Reddick from RCR.
Yep.
Huge.
I actually read an article today on that doesn't finalize that.
Oh, it's finalized.
Well,
He signed. It's
right.
already it's finalized.
But there is something I read in an article about Richard Childress on Tyler Reddick. I'm trying to remember what it was. That didn't mention the fact that Childress knew about it before it was announced.
I have no idea. From what I heard, they were blindsided. From what I understand.
I know.
Childress made a comment before it was announced that if he changed his mind, he's welcome back. Before it was ever announced, pretty much. I have to find a comment and post it.
He probably notified him the day the announcement. You know what I'm saying? He probably didn't notify him like last week. It was probably okay, I'm leaving in 2024. You know.
Right.
2023.
24. 24.
RCR has a contract option to extend to 2023, so he's playing out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes,
Tyler Reddick's not leaving.
So he's got
RCR
a race
until
with
23.
he's got a
one,
race with Childress next year.
has to, yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah. Yep, they have an option to extend it a year, and they're taking it. And have you ever heard that somebody's, all right, in 2 years I'm going somewhere else? I've never heard that in NASCAR.
Oh, there was. I think it was it Harvick?
Yeah,
I
but
read it was somebody else that was a year and a half before that he was switching teams. I can't remember who it was.
I don't know, but this is unprecedented. Denny Hamlin said pretty much wants it, and who's he going to take? Is it going to be Bubba's spot? The guy who wasn't performing, or Kurt Busch, who actually is performing?
I honestly think that the Bubba staying where he's at, Kurt Busch is going to retire, and the 45 is going to Reddick.
I say Bubba's gone.
I disagree.
You're wrecking too many cars. You bring sponsorship, but you ain't. He wants performance. They want championship. They want wins.
2311 has already made a comment that beyond 23, Bubba Wallace has a spot for him.
They said they don't know anything about beyond 2020. They didn't speculate anything. They asked. They said, who's staying after this? And they said 2023. It's 2023. It's Kurt Busch and Bubba Wallace. And after that, they didn't comment.
I will find the post and post it.
I'm pretty sure they asked and they said they didn't comment. Is it 2023? Both Kurt and Bubba are there.
They definitely. I definitely saw. I remember reading a post that 2311 said Bubba Wallace has a spot beyond 2023.
I think you misread, to be honest. But
I may be right. If I find it, I'll post it on the site and let you know.
Yeah.
Well, does anybody know for sure what Bubba's contract says? Is he just
20? It's 23.
23.
It's through. They said both of their contracts.
Busch also is 23, so he may very well retire and Tyler Reddick take the 45.
It's very possible, but I from what I heard and read, they didn't comment who's staying. They said they don't know. They're not. Both of them. They don't know.
Yeah. I read a comment that said that Bubba Wallace has a spot beyond 23. They had plans for him, but if I find the comment, I will definitely post it on the website for Burn It Down, so you'll see it.
I'm wondering if after 23 it'll be Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick in the 23 and the 45.
That's possible. I can obviously see Kurt Busch retiring. As far as Bubba Wallace, I don't have a clue beyond 23. But I think
I honestly do not see Kurt Busch retiring. I'm thinking that they will probably, unless Bubba gets it together and really starts performing, even Michael Jordan's got to say, look, enough's enough. You know, maybe we'll make an Xfinity or a truck team for you. But they can't afford all these big sponsors with no results. And I know a lot of Bubba's problems have been his pit crew. All right, so they switched with Christopher Bell. I guess you could argue that there was a little bit better performance this week, but not markedly. I wonder about maybe they've got a year and a half now to work on putting on a third team to bring on Tyler Reddick and keep Kurt Busch. I just don't buy that Kurt Busch is going to retire after 2023. I just don't think that. Number one, his personal situation. He's done with his second marriage, so he has no home obligations. He has no family to cite as reasons for wanting to be home. I think he feels he's still got some things to prove.
Yep.
And I'll put it this way, and I know he's in the chase. If he wins a chase or wins another championship, be it this year or next year, okay, it's on the table to retire and go out a champion. I just don't think that he's ready to give it up. And I'm looking at it with putting my manager's corporate hat on. At some point, if Bubba doesn't get it going and get things rocking, you've got to start winning. You've got to get in the chase, and you've got to contend.
He's had 2 years. It'll be 3 years he's had that, and he hasn't had an average top 20 finish. He had one win.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And that was what, rain shortened or something?
Rain shortened Talladega. Now, before we continue, I found the quote when I was talking about Loletta asked, I'm sure that's Loletta was asked Tuesday if Wallace and Kurt Busch were both signed through 2023. Loletta, I'm assuming that's like a public person for
PR person.
Yeah, Loletta said no changes on our side for 2023. The focus is squarely on 24 and how we maximize the opportunities the organization is as a whole. Loletta would not say if either Wallace or Busch were signed beyond 2023.
All right. On Wallace, in my opinion, overall, his performance, I'm not a Wallace fan, so don't misread me. His performance among half the other field is better. I think that Wallace can contend if given the right crew and given the right circumstances, the right car, like anybody else. I don't think he lacks talent.
He does.
I think the idea that the hype that was giving him beforehand escalates him more than what he is. But I think as a driver, he's as talented as anybody in the Cup Series. And
no, he is bottom tier.
Is he? Really? I think
he's been in the Cup.
I think he's mid-tier or top.
He's been.
I think he's at least top 15 if he's given the right equipment. All right.
He's been he's been in the
Frank,
Cup.
Out of 36 drivers, he's 24th in points.
I get that.
His best finish is no better than 20th.
I get that.
That's not top tier. That's bottom tier.
I'm trying to say, if he's been in the Cup Series for 5 years, he hasn't had an average finish better than 20th in any of those years. That's not. Don't get me wrong. He was in the King's car, the 43. Yes, it wasn't the best, but now he's in top tier Toyota equipment, and they're giving him crews to be him better, and still not performing.
And you always see finish touching this week because of the races. I get that. But I think he's better than the media gives him. The only thing that gives him the downside is that bullshit with the thing
the media wants to praise that think he's the best. He's on every promo and he's in every commercial.
Right. But if you look at what happened with I'm lost. With the knot and the rope.
Talladega knot, the Black Lives.
Right, you get a negative sign side. I really think beyond that is they'll let the hype alone. Okay, stop putting him in the limelight, and give him a chance. You got drivers that are running way worse than him on an average basis.
He has a chance. He's been in Toyota for 2 years and has improved.
Oh,
he's gonna be at 3 years. In top tier Toyota equipment.
Okay. Look at Cole Custer. In a top tier
His
Ford.
daddy is part of Stuart Haas executives. That's why Cole Custer's there. You didn't know.
And we've already said that he's done. We predict
we think he's gone out of the 41.
Yeah. That's what we said earlier in the podcast.
Last week or something like that.
We'll see. All right. But I think Bubba is better than everyone predicting him to be.
Okay, well, again,
Frank,
I don't want to have an argument over this. I mean,
I my opinion.
Yeah, I get it.
It is exactly.
Your opinion versus stats.
I wrote a couple blogs where when I say something or write something, I don't go on conjecture. I don't go on opinion. I go on facts.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I base my blogs on when I write.
Correct.
And the fact is, no matter what equipment Bubba, and again, I'm not trying to knock you down. This is my opinion. No matter what equipment Bubba's in, it doesn't matter. In my opinion, he's a bottom tier driver. Okay?
Okay. I think he's at least a top 15.
For me to consider somebody a top tier driver, they must be averaging in the top 15.
Right.
Okay? He's 24th.
I know. I've been looking
The
at
last
that.
3 years, his average finishes have been 20, or for the year have been 20, 21, 22, somewhere in there.
Yep.
Right.
I'm not saying he's a horrible driver. I'm not saying
yeah,
that
he's had bad luck this year. I'll give him that. He has had some shit luck, and it's not all his fault. But
correct.
Everybody,
he's not a Cody Ware. He's not a
BJ McLeod or
exactly.
We get it,
but he's not a top tier driver. The talent is not there. Now, granted, like Brian said, he's had issues mainly on pit road with his crew
or with other drivers. He ain't caught up in someone else's mess. He's had that too.
Well, don't be sitting in the back of the pack. Be in the front.
Right. I'm not arguing that point.
I mean, you've seen Brad Keselowski. Let's talk about him.
Yeah.
All right.
Granted, he had some serious issues. He got fined hard, but like this week, he was running. He should be, in my mind, even though he's in 30th position in points, you add that 100 onto him.
Yeah, I don't even know.
That would put him up to 22nd.
I think. Go ahead.
Huh?
I guess. And I don't want this to sound, it's not racist because I've not said one damn thing about any of that.
No one said you have.
But if the situation weren't what it is, being the shade of his skin, would he be getting the attention? Would he have the ride? Would he have the sponsorship? Would he have the shout outs every fucking week? It's the Bubba watch. Why? Why? One reason.
Would he have the attention he's getting?
No,
he would not. I'm not doubting that one bit. Okay, he'd be another 20th place finisher. I agree. Okay, but I think he has the talent to get it done if people would leave him alone.
You're saying take the cameras off of him, take the broadcast off of him.
Correct.
I can see that.
He's a media bitch.
Quit making him a media bitch. Okay,
that's right.
Quit focusing on him. And I think once the hype is gone,
it's gone for me.
Get your name in the headlines for your performance and your excellence, not for these other reasons.
Right. And I think that's the issue. There's more hype with him than anything else. Leave him alone. Let him show what he can do. I think he can perform at least top 15, top 10 if the pressure was off of him. My opinion.
All right. Kurt Busch comes in, first-year team, same equipment's already got a win going to the chase.
Kurt Busch has been a champion driver all his life.
Same equipment, same organization,
go
same
back to Kurt
everything.
Busch in '97. Go back to Kurt Busch before that. The only thing that's ever hurt Kurt Busch is his attitude.
Well, it's the same thing you were saying earlier. If Corey LaJoie had good equipment, he's got good equipment, and he's still he's not performing.
I really think there's too much pressure on Bubba Wallace.
Don't get me wrong.
Whose fault is that?
Him tweeting at the president.
Probably his.
It's him tweeting at the president.
And the president. I agree. I'm not discounting that. I just think
I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you. The reason I'm so soured on him, and it comes down to one incident, and otherwise I'd be willing to give him all kinds of chances. And it's the Talladega incident.
Yep.
That is nothing more. That is nothing more than a freaking garage pull that is common everywhere. And he wanted to turn it into something racial and got the fucking FBI involved.
You know,
that's when I was done.
You know what pissed me off about that? Is when he went on CNN and says it doesn't doubt him somebody in NASCAR garage did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what pissed me off.
I agree.
That was his biggest and worst mistake is when he did that.
But guess what? It's making him rich, making him money. He's got a ride. He's got sponsorships.
Right. I'll be right back.
It's the pros, cons.
I know.
We're at 41 minutes, so we need to go on to the next subject.
All right.
We're wasting too much time and resources on him. On that subject.
Gotcha.
I kind of want to wait for Frank to get back before, because I kind of want to segue into, because Reddick going to the 2311 segue to that, and I kind of want to segue back to RCR, but I want to wait.
Okay. Well, then we'll do something a little fun. How'd you like that Kyle and Kurt Busch commercial?
I didn't. What was it? I didn't.
I don't remember exactly what it was, but I was rolling on the ground. Kyle Busch and Kurt Busch.
Were they saying who's your favorite?
Something like
yeah. I think it's who's your favorite Busch.
Hilarious.
And
it was hilarious.
Yeah, I think it was funny, and I think they're interviewing all the Toyota people, right? And
yes,
and Kyle Busch goes, "Let me guess what Denny says, Kurt." And Denny goes, "Yeah, it's Kurt."
I was rolling on the floor.
Yeah, who was your favorite Busch brother? Yeah.
Another real quick hitting out is Justin Marks, owner of Trackhouse, did the truck race.
Yeah.
At Mid Ohio.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. I was trying to think who else was an owner driver, but Tony was doing it. Kozlowski's doing it. Marks is doing it. So I thought it was cool. I think he's trying to get behind the wheel because he's going to go to the SRX series later this year.
Yeah. But all right, transition into now Frank's back. Transition.
I heard a deep dark rumor. Obviously, it's speculation. Blah blah blah. But you know how Junior Motorsports wants to go into the Cup in 2024. Junior's rumored to buy into RCR and get the 3 and the 8. And Truex is going to go there, and Noah Gragson is going to go there for the 3 and the 8.
I read the same thing.
I've heard that rumor. I don't know how true that is. It's kind of full circle because that's Junior's original number and his daddy's original number. So I don't know if he's going to be a partner RCR, you know how, Roush, Fenway, Keselowski type shit is, or is he going to buy it and take it over like, Trackhouse did to, Chip Ganassi? Is he going to buy RCR and become Junior Motorsports for the Cup? So I think that's interesting, just to keep a note. Like I said, obviously it's rumor, but I think that's pretty interesting.
There's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of time left between now and 2024.
Oh, yeah.
I'd love to see it happen, but I don't think RCR is ready to give that up that quick, so we'll see.
As I was saying, but he could be a minority owner and just still be JRM, right. And he can be a minority owner.
Well, we all know Jeff Gordon's going to eventually own Hendrick Motorsports.
And it'll still be called Hendricks. It's not going to be called Gordon.
It'll still be called Hendricks.
Yeah, it'll still be.
And I think Junior take it over. It'll still be Childress Racing, Richard Childress. That'll never change.
Right.
So, I want to go back to Atlanta for just a second in the Ross Chastain thing because we didn't really kind of glossed over that. That first one was not Ross's fault.
No, not at all.
No.
I don't even think the second one was his fault either because his car was.
I don't either. Right. I mean, they're Burton and them. They were putting it all on him, and he had the choice. Wait a minute.
I just think I think it's unfortunate that Hamlin was a victim.
It's just
I was laughing my ass off.
yeah, I was gonna say the fact that it was
But in my opinion, with the lack of traction they had all through the race, I think he just lost his front end, and Hamlin was
Well,
there.
and he had damage, and that was the point they were trying to make, is
Exactly.
they knew he had damage, and he was pushing it too hard, and he was drifting up, and he should have got... No! You're getting towards the end with the Hamlin incident. You're out going for the win.
And he finished that.
And I just love that Hamlin was the recipient. And then, of course, Hamlin's smart-ass comments, it's not over or whatever. And Hamlin supporters say, well, now he's got 2 that he owes him. And don't get me wrong, I do believe Hamlin's going to get even with him, but he's waiting for
I think Hamlin's waiting for the chase to knock him out of the chase.
Right.
Yeah, take him out of the chase. I really believe. But I texted to you guys, oh, God, here we go. All the watermelon haters are going to come out.
And yeah.
I don't think he necessarily did anything wrong in either incident.
It's just
Could
unfortunate.
he have used a little bit better judgment in the Denny Hamlin incident?
Of course.
You can have that argument, but I get it. You're getting towards the end of the race at that point.
At that speed, your front end gets loose.
He had a damaged fucking car.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's racing at the speeds of a non-damaged car. He got
I promise
loose.
you, Denny Hamlin wasn't cutting him any slack.
No.
So, the crowd at Atlanta, holy hell.
When
there
Chase,
was basically nobody there.
Right.
Yeah.
I could not.
On racing ratings, you ran that on pricing of tickets.
Yep.
But it just wasn't there.
And they only got a 1.5 on TV.
Wow.
Down almost another 1.5 from last year. They had nothing. One more thing real quick, and then I'll let you guys go at it. We kind of touched on this a little while earlier, but Tony Stewart's got to make a decision. The number 14 car needs a new driver.
14?
14.
You talking about
Briscoe.
Why?
Briscoe.
I don't think Briscoe's going anywhere.
I think he needs to go.
If anything, it's Cole Custer.
I agree with Brian. Why
We're
Briscoe?
talking about the 41.
41, yeah.
Yeah.
Briscoe's doing fine. He won a race. The 41 Cole Custer.
Cole Custer's having issues. I'm not sure if it's a car or himself. Talent-wise, I'm not sure, but I don't know what Custer's problem is.
Cole Custer is 26 in point. One top 5, one top 10, 5 DNFs, and that's it.
I think 3 of the DNFs are due to wrecks, but I'm not sure what the other issues were. And but I think replacing Custer at 41 is definitely on Stewart's top of the list as far as finding a driver for the 10.
Well, he has options.
Well, Amarilla's out. I still say Kyle Busch is going there.
We'll see. Yeah.
I now that you bring it up, I kind of want to segue, but not segue. I have a wild card theory. What if Kyle Busch goes to the Trackhouse 91 car? They already said they have it, and they're just putting random people in it this year. What if he goes to the Trackhouse 91 Chevy Hendrick's back car? It gives Trackhouse a chance.
I never thought about that.
I thought about it. The other issue I thought about is Kyle Busch going to RCR.
I don't know about that.
I don't see that.
You take Reddick's place. If JR Motorsports doesn't take over RCR or doesn't merge, Kyle Busch going to take Reddick's place.
But we're talking about next year though. The RCR is not open until 2024, so
right.
That was just a random thing I thought. What if he goes to the 91? But
Justin Marks would probably be
Oh.
more than happy to back his truck team.
oh yeah,
Because I still say whatever is going on with Kyle Busch, Toyota, JGR, whether he's talking to Tony Stewart and Ford, possibly Dodge, now you throw this in. I believe a lot of what the decision-making process with Kyle Busch has to do with his truck team.
yes, exactly. He has to transition all of that.
Great.
I think he has to transition all of that.
Right.
And he's
Absolutely.
probably looking for the best deal to do that.
Yep.
Right.
That's a lot to swap. There's
a lot to do. And I still say that's why he hasn't signed and there's been no announcement. Even though Toyota has said, look, you fill in the amount. We don't care. Fill it in. For some reason, he's looking elsewhere. Otherwise, the deal would have been done. Now, what's that reason that he's looking elsewhere?
Now, according to media, Joe Gibbs and Toyota are closer to signing a deal than we think. But according to Kyle Busch, he's nowhere near signing a contract. So
No.
I don't know. It's not performance. So what is it?
money.
Money and because I mean, let's face it, Kyle Busch is, even though we've talked about Kurt Busch retiring, which I don't think is going to happen, Kyle Busch is looking for the last stage of his career.
Right.
And finding a rock solid home in an environment that he can be comfortable, kind of like a Jeff Gordon, where Jeff Gordon had a contract for life.
Right.
As long as he wanted to get in that seat, he had a car. It didn't matter.
Correct.
It wasn't based on performance. It wasn't based on sponsorship. It didn't matter. Whatever happened, Jeff Gordon had a job.
Right.
I think that's the deal that Kyle Busch is looking for. And JGR and Toyota are trying to put a time frame on that. A 2-year, a 3-year contract or whatever. And I think he's looking for a Jeff Gordon deal. And I believe Tony Stewart is the one that's trying to make that happen. I mean, those two are out of the same pea shell. Their attitudes.
Right. Their driving style.
Everything.
Right.
And I think that is what's going on. Now, maybe Trackhouse has got something. I mean, I never thought of that, Brian.
I'm not sure if Justin Marks would put up with Kyle Busch's attitude and driving style, but I guess it's an option.
I think he would. He's backing Ross.
I think he would for that. But can Justin Marks even come close to giving him what he wants?
Right.
I think Tony Stewart has the resources to do it. And I
Kyle
think
Busch can bring the sponsorship.
And I think, he's not going to have to worry about sponsorship if he goes to Stewart-Haas.
He's got Haas, if anything.
Yeah,
If Gene Haas willing to put up the money for him.
Gene Haas would. It's a championship
hell, he
driver.
put up the money for his brother.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, for God's sake.
Yeah.
All right. Another little thing I saw a blurb on. It was early this week. Steve Letarte made my day. He says he would definitely kick Kyle Busch to the curb if he could get Ty Gibbs in the car.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I can see that.
Of course, he's not the crew chief or anything like that, but he says, as a crew chief, if I were Kyle Busch's, and I'm paraphrasing here, I'm not obviously got it in front of me, but he says, if I were Kyle Busch's crew chief right now and all this was going on with all this uncertainty, I would more than be happy to put Ty Gibbs and announce it in that car next year. I thought, that's another thing that makes me think, even though Steve Letarte's in no way involved with JGR,
No.
but you got guys in the know that are saying things like that. I'm like, So, I just wanted to cut.
I guess it's out there. We'll see, kind of thing.
Yeah. And one more little Atlanta thing. William Byron gets stuck. No flat tires, just stuck
Mm-hmm.
on the track.
I no comment on that. I don't know what to say.
Was it William Byron or Alex Bowman?
One of the two. I thought it was Byron.
I think it was. I know it might have been Bowman, but I know somebody got stuck. And I think one flat tire they spun, whatever. And one more, if you want to go one more Atlanta thing is you know how Bubba Wallace and Chris pit crews. Guess what? Christopher Bell loses a tire. Christopher Bell loses a tire.
Yeah.
But he did get penalized.
I saw some funny ass comments. Actually, I saw a comment on that on Facebook, and I replied. They were blaming Wallace for Christopher Bell losing a tire.
He didn't get a penalty on that.
Hold on a minute. I said, what does Wallace have to do with it? I said, they corrupt pit crew members, but Wallace had nothing to do with it. And the guy responded, always an excuse. I said, no, just a common sense answer. Maybe you got to get your head out your ass.
It's just funny how they swapped and he had pit crew problems.
Correct.
Yeah, lost the tire. But NASCAR didn't find it, I guess, because it didn't get out.
It stayed on pit road. They said it stayed on pit road. It wasn't.
But shouldn't that be equipment out of the box?
As long as it stays on pit road, they lose a tire.
The tire's technically part of the car. If it
wasn't it Denny Hamlin that did the same thing? I
don't remember.
I just know they didn't.
Yes, it was Hamlin because the fucking tire beat him off pit road.
Yeah, but the tire went off pit road. The tire didn't go off pit road for Christopher Bell. That's the difference.
Right.
Okay.
Denny's tire went off pit road.
NASCAR stated, as long as the tire stays on pit road, they're fine.
Yeah.
But again, shouldn't it be equipment out of the box or something? I mean,
he probably had to go back around anyways, get a new tire on. So that's equipment. What's equipment out of the pit box? You got to come down pit road and stop and go or go. So he already had to do that.
Yeah, he had to back do it again, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So. But no,
that's true.
So it's null and void. But yeah, no, that's another little Atlanta thing I thought was kind of funny.
All right, I'm about out of things. I know we're getting close to an hour. You guys got anything else?
I have a Mark Martin sighting, and everyone knows I'm a huge Mark Martin fan.
Right.
Mark Martin is going to be a crew chief for a driver in the ARCA Series and the Midwest Series.
How old is that man? Jeez.
He's what, in his 60s or 70s?
Getting up there.
Yeah, but he's going to be a crew chief. Now, I can picture Mark Martin being a successful crew chief. All right, because he was a talented driver and he knows racing. I was just impressed to see that he was going to be, and let's see if I can't find it. Yeah, Mark Martin in the ARCA Series and Super Late Model Series as a crew chief for Travis Sharp in Montana, in a Montana 200.
Wow.
To me, as a Mark Martin fan, that's impressive. All right. I think with his knowledge of racing, his experience, he's going to make a good crew chief.
I think he will. I don't doubt that. I do not doubt that at all.
I know it's not Cup Series, but to me, it was interesting. I was kind of impressed with it.
All right. I got to get up one more screen here. We need to get our picks in for New Hampshire. I will tell you that New Hampshire, and I filtered this. But
I have one more thing.
Go ahead.
According to what I've read, and I know it's not NASCAR, but Kyle Larson is starting a new sprint car series with Brad Sweet.
I saw that.
I think it's kind of cool because Kyle Larson, in my opinion, can drive damn near anything and succeed. So this is interesting.
It is. I mean, for certain people, I'm just not interested in the sprint cars. But for those that are interested, it's kind of cool to see Kyle Larson getting into it like that. That's cool. All right. Brad Sweet, isn't he an sprint car racer too?
Yes, I think he's also a team owner.
Okay. So what did Kyle buy in, or they forming a new team?
I don't know. I didn't read all the details. I think they're starting a new series altogether, and they're trying to promote the series of sprint car racing more than what it already has.
Okay.
With the two being as successful they are in that series, if they can bring a new series in and bring new drivers, I think it might promote more success and more media coverage of the series is what they're looking for.
I'm going to be honest. I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I don't pay that much attention to the sprint car series. I mean, I know when Stewart wins and when Larson wins because it's on my Facebook feeds. But as far as carving out a time to sit down and watch it, I don't. I just say.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm home, I see it on a channel. I may watch it. I don't follow the drivers much, but it caught my eye. They're looking at starting a new series.
Okay.
So, and maybe they're looking at pushing more media coverage and bringing in more talented drivers. I don't know what the end result will be, but Kyle Larson, being the driver he is, I do see some success in this.
Yeah. Well, I don't disagree with you there. Pretty much anything he gets involved with is going to be pretty successful. I mean, and he's got the Hendricks money backing him up. So.
Right.
All right, Brian. Who you got for a winner at New Hampshire?
I'm gonna say Ryan Blaney. He's gonna get his win, and he's gonna punch his way in with the win. Yeah.
Who's your dark horse?
Dark horse. You know what? I'm gonna go Brad. He kind of impressed me. I read a couple articles saying, they're obviously doing their thing, and yeah, I'm gonna say Brad. Bad Brad.
All right, Bubba, top 20?
No.
How about Denny?
Yeah, I'll say.
The only thing we're different on is I'm picking Harvick for his win.
Oh yeah. Hey, yep. I can see it. I can see both for sure. So we're the same.
Frank, you're free to go if you want, or I can give you a few stats here at New Hampshire. If you want to hear them,
I'm going with Martin Truex.
I was gonna say Truex can do it. That's his home's. That could drive him to be better. So it could be Truex is a very good pick too.
He's actually been competitive, so he's definitely got the talent to do it. I don't doubt that one bit. 1 second, I will give you my
dark horse.
You have Stenhouse, Custer, Dillon, Burton, Gilliland.
Dark horse is below 25 in standings.
Right, and you know what? I don't want to pick him because that's not a super speedway because he would do awesome there. But I'm going to go with Ty Dillon and my dark horse. Okay. I really think somewhere along the line that 42 is going to come around, and Ty's got the talent. I don't think that the circumstance has been favorable to him. So I'm gonna give him a shot. Say my dark horse is Ty Dillon.
All right, Bubba, top 20.
No, This type of track.
Oh, you jumped on the train.
This type of track here is not Bubba's forte. It's not his talent. He doesn't do as well. So no.
And Denny.
Yeah, definitely top 20, if not top 10. Denny has the talent and the equipment to make this happen. And, he's definitely a top 20 on this.
All right, I'm going to give a quick rundown of the top 14 or 15 here. Look, and I'm filtering this by top 10s over the last 10 races. Logano and Harvick each have 8 top 10s. Harvick has 3 wins and 7 top 5s. Keselowski, Truex Jr. have 7 top 10s. And as good a track as this is for Truex, he has 0 wins in the last 10 races here.
Wow.
Keselowski has 1. Kyle Busch has 6 top 10s, 4 top 5s, and 2 wins. Hamlin has 6 top 10s, 4 top 5s, and 1 win. Larson is 4 top 10s, 2 top 5s, no wins. Blaney, 4 top 10s, 2 top 5s, and no wins. Kurt Busch, 4 top 10s, 1 top 5, and no wins. And to round out the top 5, this was kind of a surprise for me. Eric Almirola, 3 top 10s, 2 top 5s, and 1 win. And then you've got Greg Biffle, Eric Jones, Suarez, and Chase Elliott, all with 2 top 10s and no wins. So that's why I took Harvick. He's got 3 wins. But I was shocked. As good a track as this is for Truex, in the last 10 races, he's got no wins.
I'll be surprised if Kevin Larson don't get a top 5 on this one.
Kyle Larson?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's got 2 of them, and he's got 4 top 10s. But this is like a mini super speedway. I mean,
right.
At one point after Adam Petty was killed, they put restrictor plates on him, which was stupid.
For one race?
Yeah, 1 or 2. I think Jeff Burton won that. He led flag to flag.
Right.
It's a cool little track. I'll take the Lobster at the win. That was awesome.
Right.
I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like up there.
I haven't looked.
We dodged a bullet at Atlanta this week.
Yeah, it looked like it was.
I was kind of surprised on that one. The rain went, I think, north of them.
Yeah, right in my face. I'm not lying.
That's what, northeast?
We're basically dead north.
Okay.
Of Atlanta.
Okay.
A little east, but not a whole lot. But yeah, we got it, and we're getting it again, and we're gonna get it again.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
We're getting some rain this weekend, I'm sure. We got that little low below us in the Gulf.
So,
right now it's clear all the way through Monday, but they're 4 days early. Monday it's gonna rain, Tuesday it's gonna rain, Wednesday it's gonna rain. So, if it stays true to the daily, it's fine. But weather can change and come early, so it might rain depending. But it looks clear from what they were showing.
all right, guys. I've got nothing more. I know we're probably pushing an hour, if not more than.
Yeah, we're over an
Brian,
hour.
you want to give?
Once we get off, I got something to tell you guys.
What?
Once we get off air.
Okay. You want to get your?
Yeah, I can do the shout out. For the first 10 minutes, my mic wasn't working, so have to. I just want to do a shout out to the RSS or to the audio the audio version of the podcast. It's rss.com, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Samsung Podcast, Pandora, Google Podcast. All you gotta do is search "Burn It Down" podcast on any of those platforms, and it'll pop up. You can click it and watch it or listen on your phone on the go, or just search on Google "Burn It Down" podcast, and it'll be the first thing, literally.
Along with YouTube and our Facebook.
Yeah, you can on Facebook.com, Burn It Down Podcast. It's a fan page. Click it, follow. We post during the race, not much during the week. If there's any news, we post. And then on Twitter, I'm trying to be active on it. It's Burn It Down Cast. I have a Discord overlay for the YouTube videos, and also on the NASCAR Live Fantasy League. All you gotta search "Burn It Down" NASCAR Podcast. Join it. We want more people to join. We might have something going on for the Fantasy League during the chase if we get enough people. But right now it's just us three plus one viewer joined, and he's actually doing pretty good.
His choice base is better than ours, but good for him.
I will say it's good to be back, and in the foreseeable future, I will be here every week.
Cool. All right. Very spirited discussion tonight, guys. I like it. That's what we do. Everybody's and not just us. Everybody's got their own opinion. We want to hear from you guys. We want, like I said, post it wherever you find us at. Post what you think.
Yeah, if you have
we love people that disagree with us, because I made a post or wrote a blog last week. I haven't wrote in a while, but I got fired up enough about something that I actually wrote, and man, that was fun. Yeah. I saw you jumped in a couple of times, Frank. And I'll even give them a plug. It's NASCAR NASCAR only on Facebook.
Right. NASCAR only on Facebook, yes.
And NASCAR Nation website. I posted it, and it looked really good on NASCAR Nation. When I tried to post it on the Facebook, they called it spam, and it got taken down. So I had to copy and paste the body of the thing, and it looked like, I had a couple people tell me it looked like nothing but a rant, and I was like, you know what, you dumbasses don't even understand. But anyway, here it is. Got really good response out of it. Started a couple of different conversations with people,
right?
That I wasn't even involved with. There were folks that were going back and forth at each other, and I love it. Everybody's got their own opinion, and I like writing when I get like I said, the editor of the pages, he's like, dude, why don't you do this all the time? I said, well, you got to piss me off before I start writing. It's just that simple. And that whole thing with Noah Gragson at Road America, that pissed me off. And I'll go to my grave on this hill that was not fair. I'm not saying what he did was right, but that was not fair comparatively. So anyway, check me out there. Like I said, NASCAR Nation Nation.com, and also on NASCAR only on Facebook. Check us out on what Brian had said, Burn It Down. Search it. We're on so many platforms. We've got our own Facebook fan page. Of course, YouTube. And, sound off. You got something to say, you don't like what we say, we want to hear it. We'll entertain it. And I even have said this, I think, a couple of weeks in a row. You got a valid point, you want to debate it with us, we'll put you on. And we'll have the discussion. I love it. I love having those kinds of discussions. So I got nothing else other than, guys, let us know what you think. Respond to us. I know we're not big time. But we're having fun, and that's what we do.
Just to reiterate what Dave said, If you post a comment on our YouTube or Facebook pages, you don't disagree with us, we'll have a discussion with you, whether it be on here on the podcast or on the post. We love discussion, and it's what we do.
Yep.
Post it.
You guys saw us
we'll
get a little excited earlier on, and we're not afraid to have those conversations. So it is what it is. You want anything else to close it out, Brian?
No, we said everything we need to say.
All right.
I just hope Loudon's not crap like Martinsville. All I can say.
I think Loudon's going to be a good race.
We thought Martinsville too, but
yeah, well.
Hopefully it will. So anyway, everybody, we're done here. We will see you next week after we're done with New Hampshire, and we'll get you. I'm not sure what's next after that. Do you know, real quick?
Yeah, Pocono.
Pocono.
Wow.
So we'll get you all ready for that and tell you guys.
The second most boring race on the schedule.
What?
The second most boringest race on the schedule.
Hey, you never know with this new car.
Right. I agree. We haven't seen it on a new car. I agree.
I'm actually looking forward to Michigan because you know how boring Michigan usually is, but now with this new car and how fast that track can be.
Right.
What was it? Mark Martin set the record at 2:05. I wonder if that'll get broken.
I don't know.
Interesting.
All right. I'm done. Take us out of here, Brian.
All right, I'm done. See y'all next weekend. Enjoy your weekend.
Down!